here come Real Madrid in their change strip of all blue, and they're without the likes of Chendo and Butragueño. So brought into the side Solana at number 2, and Aldana is replacing Martin Vasquez in the number 11 shirt, though Martin Vasquez is one of the substitutes named. The referee for this one, Senor Diaz Vega, and a crowd of around 25,000 here in the Balaídos stadium as Hugo Sanchez prepares to kick off for Real Madrid. Never seems right to see them not playing in all white. And Celta, with genuine hopes of beating Real in view of their own lofty league position. They finished down in 7th place last season, but look like doing considerably better than that this time. Real Madrid still unbeaten in league combat this season, but Celta looking early on here. The ball knocked down by Sanchez. Good quick tackling from Celta though. Oh, and the ball given away, and there's a chance here in the very first minute for Amarildo, and Amarildo scores with only a minute on the clock. It's a dream beginning for Celta. Amarildo shows his delight. He took the goal so well, it looked at first as though he could have been in an offside position. It was not the case, and Amarildo has given Celta a 1-goal lead in the very first minute of the game against the league leaders. It was a good build-up. It had been lost there by Marić, but when Sanchez played the ball square, in on it quickly was Nacho, and Amarildo took his opportunity so well. 1-0. And as the rain sweeps across the stadium, the local supporters won't mind at all. They didn't score in the 2 games against Real Madrid last season. They had a 0-0 draw here and were beaten 2-0 in the Santiago Bernabeu stadium. But now they've got a goal and it's only taken them a minute to get it. But Real Madrid are coming back. Oh, and a nice little touch again. Deftness there from Otero. This is Julio Prieto. And Real Madrid are certainly finding it hard to settle as the ball is played across there by Marić, and Amarildo just ran away from him inside the penalty area. So what a start Amarildo has made to the game as the rain comes down in torrents. There is Vicente, the captain, and just look at the rain, and already Esteban's hair plastered to his head. So very awkward conditions indeed. Celta of Vigo, having gone 1 goal into the lead, will be absolutely thrilled with their start, the sort of thing that all coaches dream of. Certainly gives them a bit of breathing space now. Schuster can't get the tackle in, so Rodolfo continues, plays the ball down the middle for Amarildo, a nice little header from him too. Coming up here is Vicente. Amarildo just denied by Gordillo, who brings it clear. And the chance of a quick burst indeed for Michel. And Real Madrid finding it very hard to settle into their normal pattern, so Gallego just gives the ball to his right. Schuster says have it back. And out on this left touchline is Esteban. Avoids Amarildo. Esteban gets it back again. trying to weave a prettier pattern here as the ball was almost forced through by Michel, and this chance, oh, the goalkeeper just diving on the ball. It was an unfortunate ricochet from the Celta defender. And a long clearance by Javier Maté, and almost all the way through to Julio. Now Gallego for Real Madrid. Well, that's an over-robust challenge according to the referee, and Rodolfo is going to be booked, and that's very early in the game for a caution. Didn't look that bad a challenge to warrant a caution, I didn't think, but referee Vega thinks otherwise. And he's got the yellow card in his hand, and the pencil, and the name of Rodolfo. You can see from Schuster's hair as well just how heavy the rain has been, as he just replaces a divot, lays the ball through, looking for Hugo Sanchez. Oh, and Schuster thought of a shot, changed his mind, and in the end did absolutely nothing. So beautiful ball turned inside here by Marić, and Amarildo once more might get a shot in himself, squares it, the chance. Oh, a fine save by Julio, a really excellent save by Julio then. But once more the defence have been caught wide open, and this is just not the Real Madrid side we've become accustomed to watching this season. Delightful play here as Amarildo cuts it back. There was the shot, which was again from Vicente, who was getting into some good forward positions. But still it's a corner, which Otero will take. To Cameron with the good close-up shots. Easily away, although not very far. And here to pick it up and drive one in way over the top was Rodolfo, the man who's been booked. It was a rather ambitious effort from that distance. And still Real Madrid looking to find anything like their normal sort of pattern. As Gallego plays a poor ball really, straight to Rodolfo, who plays an equally poor pass. Whistle's gone anyway. But Celta leading Real Madrid here by 1-0, and news of that goal will have travelled fast throughout Spain. Everybody waiting now to see if Real are just going to slip up, and of course it would be very easy for them to cast their minds forward a few days. They've got that vital European Cup semi-final match with AC Milan in Italy to prepare for. And it would be very easy for Leo Beenhakker's side to just adopt a rather complacent attitude towards the league with a 4-point advantage. Although it's not over yet by a long way. The Spanish season, of course, running through until the end of June. And it's always worth reminding you that Real Madrid also have that game against Osasuna to complete. The one which was abandoned in Pamplona when Osasuna led by 1-0. And then crowd trouble caused the game to be abandoned. Throw here is by Solana, who's been brought into the side in place of Chendo. Schuster is number 8. The West German will continue to probe and look for the openings, but that's not a good ball from him. Never gave Michel a chance. That's better. Sanchez is in quickly. It's more like the Real Madrid that we've seen for much of this season. 27 games unbeaten. It's a remarkable record. But here again they're having to defend. And he's lucky to get 2 chances here, Otero. and a splendid turn once more by Marić. The Yugoslav has caused quite a few problems down that side for the Madrid defence. Well, given away now though, and Sanchez was up quickly there. Now Michel. He's got nobody out on his right, and so they've lost out again. Atilano made the interception. Good timing of the tackle. Out here is Otero. And so far, nothing seen of Hugo Sanchez. So they've kept him on a very tight rein indeed. This is Jim Hagan, the Irish defender who used to play for Coventry City in the Football League, but won back by Real Madrid. Schuster, Gallego, Solana. Still Michel out on that touchline. Now he comes inside to take the return ball from Solana. Oh, that was rather unfortunate, but he's still there, Michel, just running beyond him. And the appeal to the linesman falls on deaf ears. Of course, with these two sides to meet later in the season in the Spanish Cup, although Real Madrid hold a substantial lead from the first leg, they'll have that in mind too. Julio bowling it out for Schuster. Coming up here is Esteban. Well, that surely is not a good enough ball for Aldana, who commits a foul, and well, the referee seems a little overzealous in his use of the yellow card to me. Aldana can consider himself a trifle unfortunate, I would think, there to be cautioned for that. He really was chasing the ball, obviously an offence, he caught the man, but I wouldn't have thought it was worth a yellow card. And that's two now shown by this referee. Let's have a look here. He took him by the ankle maybe, but I certainly would have thought that that's merited a caution. Obviously, Senor Vega is very keen to stamp his authority on the game in the early stages though. And Real Madrid are trailing here in Vigo by a first-minute goal scored by Amarildo. And at the moment, they're just not striking their usual rhythm at all. Conditions the same for both teams, of course. It's been driving rain and not very pleasant. It's a splendid tackle once more by Nacho. And here come Real Madrid once more, just inside the Celta half. Celta, in the minds of many people, the surprise package of the season. You always expect Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Bilbao maybe to be up near the top of the table, but Celta is certainly a very much improved side. And they not only lead 1-0, they've got a free kick. So the game continuing to go against the away side. That's a poor free kick. He got no height on it whatsoever. But fortunately for him, the ball came to Otero. Well cut out though by Esteban. He read that situation perfectly. And coming down the line again, he's proving quite a thorn in the side, is Marić. tall, angular sort of player. Well played too. And chances once more here as Vicente's inside the area. Not a good cross. And the captain disappointed with that. He weaved his way into a splendid position, and you can see just what his options were here, although there are a lot of Real Madrid men around him. And Julio able to smother the cross. But it's still Celta who continue to create the best chances in the match. And I imagine that Leo Beenhakker will be very disappointed indeed with his side's performance in the opening quarter of the game. Although I thought they had a chance there, but the ball just ran away from Hugo Sanchez. Clever little header that, directed back inside to Gallego. Now Michel, on a splendid ball from Michel, although the surface water is making it very difficult for the players to judge the length of the passes at the moment. And despite Solana's run there, he couldn't keep the ball in play. And no doubt the ball is skidding off the surface. Maté, the regular goalkeeper for Celta, pumping the ball over the halfway line, and picked up now by Sanchez for Real Madrid. Solana is out on that right touchline. Familiar figure, Sanchez, with his shirt outside his shorts, losing out there, almost winning it back, and now he's got to dash back. One or two nice deft touches, but in the end Gallego is there. Not one of his better passes though. But Celta comes streaming forward once more, and they're looking much more positive than Real Madrid so far. Rather an unpopular decision by the referee. This is Tendilio for Real. Sanchez, at long last, he's got the ball at his feet, and that's why you heard a cheer. He's certainly not been seen in the game up to now. Gallego, that's a better pass. Michel giving it to Sanchez. Hustling a bit more now, so Solana is deprived of the ball, and then I would think gives away a free kick. So Solana could be in trouble with this referee, bearing in mind he's booked 2 already, and he certainly caught Nacho there. We're going to see it again here. He's run inside. He was put off initially by Julio Prieto, and then caught Nacho on the back of the calf by the look of it. But here come Real Madrid again now, and they really do need to get back into this game quickly. Hugo Sanchez, he's now got to get into the middle. Oh, and that's well, I thought it was a wretched cross. It didn't look to me to have been deflected off anybody. And indeed the referee, I think, has awarded the goal kick. So disappointing finishing from Real Madrid there. Just look at the bareness of the pitch. This time Marić cannot keep it in. So Esteban back for Gallego. Gallego almost playing himself into trouble. But so little seen of Schuster and Sanchez. But this is just not the Real Madrid side that we were expecting here. And they'll cheer anything in this stadium, of course, as the ball is downfield, but with the side leading by 1-0 and 20 minutes gone, the portents are quite good for Real Club Celta. Real Madrid will point to the fact that there are 70 minutes to go, and that's a long time in a football match. Nicely done. It's the general approach of Celta that is encouraging. There's Gordillo, doesn't mind giving the throw away. Another distinctive figure, Rafael Gordillo, Spanish international of many, many years. And many, many great goals too. Marić trying to get around the defender. It'll be a corner off Esteban's ankles. Amarildo hustling for it well. And this is Otero with the corner. A little bit too flat. Gordillo almost treads on it. Schuster. One or two divots in the pitch as Schuster loses out. Schuster eventually, who intercepted that pass to win it back, and Julio Prieto is going to be charged with a foul, I think, there on Gordillo. That's not Julio Prieto you're looking at, it is in fact Gordillo. Julio Prieto was the man who gave away the free kick. Now Gallego just tried to work it through and couldn't do it, and now he's got a long, long way to go back to his sweeping role. They've slowed things down, just sizing up the options. Vicente. Square from Espinosa, out to Rodolfo. Well, that's good play, but just cut out in the nick of time there. It's Vicente. Tried to find Julio Prieto. And Sanchez for Real Madrid. To Sanchez for Real Madrid. There's a little confusion with the pronunciation of those names, but the chance here now. Good tackle back. And although the ball comes away off the crossbar, it wouldn't have counted. The free kick had already been awarded against Atilano. He was getting across there to do some defending for Celta. Really caught Taldana. So it's Atilano who concedes the free kick, and maybe Hugo Sanchez, maybe Bernd Schuster. If it's Schuster, it will be with the right foot. If it's Sanchez, it will be with the left. So you can see which way it's going to come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men in the Celta wall. Now it's 5 and 2 or 3 others around the wall, so there's a lot of protection there. It's going to come back to Sanchez, and the strike from him flies wide. And it's been an unhappy start to the game for the little Mexican. There's the defender, Vicente Atilano, and well, I can't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Amarildo is lying prostrate across the back of his own goalkeeper, Maté. It's an unusual sight to say the least, but it seems to have done the trick no matter what, and Amarildo, the scorer of Celta's goal, is back up and in the fray. And he'll want to carry on with his side, leading the league leaders by 1-0. It's a bit of a flat kick from Maté, but he's got away with it. Gallego as reliable as ever at the back. Saw what was on there. Plays it to Esteban. Real are finding it very hard to create any space whatsoever, and they've not found a way through Celta's defence at all. They may now. There's a better ball. Hugo Sanchez for Schuster. Gordillo trying to go on the outside. Good covering. Excellent defending there by Otero. And it's going to be a goal kick. And still things go against the men from Madrid. Everybody there, so it was picked up by Amarildo. Atilano pointing the way down his line. He wants a bit of movement in front of him. Finds Otero, and this is excellent play. And the cross now from Atilano, and up goes Amarildo, and Amarildo has made it 2-0, and Real Madrid are in trouble. Amarildo, smothered by his colleagues, scores his second goal. The fans really appreciate that. It's a super header from the number 9. 2-0 and both of them down to Amarildo. That is a splendid effort. Julio beaten at his near post for the second time in the game. An excellent cross laid over by Atilano. The defender missed out really, and Atilano punished him. So what a start to the game for the centre forward. 2 goals for him in under half an hour. And Real Madrid's unbeaten record is suddenly in peril. And that really has made a game of this. Ooh, Michel pulls up there. He didn't appear to take a knock from the defender. He just seemed to pull up suddenly. And it looked to me as though a hamstring or a muscle had been pulled. And they're rolling him off the pitch. And let's have a look here. Michel, there you see there was no contact with the defender. He just pulled up. Confirmation yet again here. He was only taking short little steps. And that looks like a pulled muscle. Now that could be very important for Real Madrid, bearing in mind their second leg European Cup semi-final tie with AC Milan in Italy to come next Wednesday. Michel obviously in some distress as the game goes on. Real Madrid for the moment down to 10 men and 2-0 down here in Vigo. So heady days for Celta. They're in 4th position in the league table and they're beating the league leaders 2-0 with Amarildo very much the hero. And here he is again. He'll be inspired now. There it is. 1st minute, 26th minute, and Real Madrid are 2 in arrears. Going to be a corner. Well, that really has given Real Madrid something to think about. I can't remember the last time they were 2 goals down. Certainly not in league combat. They've had some funny moments in the cup ties, but not in the league. It's been plain sailing for them virtually all season. And Celta continue to carry the fight to Real Madrid, but they will no doubt be lifted by those 2 strikes from Amarildo. One a fine cross shot, the other a splendid header. And it's Gordillo now stretches to get that ball away. Meanwhile, the unhappy Michel doesn't look as though he's going to play any further part in this match, but here comes Aldana. Cut out again by Rodolfo. Poor ball though from Rodolfo. And this is Schuster. Half an hour gone. Celta 2, Real Madrid 0. Tendilio. There's somehow not a great deal of incisiveness about Real Madrid in the game so far, and too many of their players below par, maybe just thinking of that match in Milan subconsciously. And of course it could well bring the league title open if they were to get beaten and Barcelona were to beat Valladolid. It would give the Barcelona side just that little bit more optimism for the remainder of the season. And the applause you hear is for the unfortunate Michel, who is coming off. And he's just having a word with Leo Beenhakker, who probably wants to know the extent of the injury, bearing in mind that European Cup semi-final. And I would think that Michel is going to be replaced here. It would certainly seem so, with Paco Llorente taking off his top. Yes, confirmation of that. Llorente will replace number 7, Michel, after the check by the linesman. So with half an hour gone, the first substitution of the match, and it's Paco Llorente on for Michel for Real Madrid. And what a time to come on with your side already 2 goals down. Celta playing some excellent football, and very much on the break again here at pace. Just held up by Julio Prieto in the end. Now he leaves it to Marić. So over towards Amarildo, and he's causing a few problems in that side, that Real Madrid penalty area. No danger about that. So, Paco Llorente doesn't get many opportunities to start a game for Real. Almost the reverse pass there, which could have gone straight to Hugo Sanchez. Oh, that's a disappointing one. Amarildo knows it, but they'll applaud almost anything he does now, having scored twice against Real Madrid. Atilano will take the throw in, and he'll try and gain some distance with the help of Marić, in the chance now once more for Amarildo, but it was Gallego who got across there, saw what was on, didn't allow it to happen. Booted high into the night, and more pressure for Solana, and he had no option. Again, Marić, he's had a splendid first half. He's been behind a lot of the good moments for Celta. Vicente has worked hard too. Captain, as signified by the armband. And now Amarildo, again he's trying to work an opening for himself. And it's Sanchez who does a good relieving run, and then, yes, it has to be a free kick against him. He lost his footing, had to concede the free kick, and Real Madrid just cannot get themselves out of trouble somehow in this half. and they've never looked like scoring. And how often can we say that? We've got a Real Madrid side that's been top of the table all season. Atilano will look for Amarildo, and again the header comes in from the tall centre forward, who's winning his fair share of possession in the air. More the chance of a break is on with Amarildo. He seems to have had a lot of the ball in this half, and he'll come tearing into the penalty area looking for the cross. It was never there though from Rodolfo. So close to half-time, and who would have believed that Celta would be leading Real Madrid 2-0? They'd probably hoped to go in on level terms. They'd have been happy with that, but that is a real bonus in the closing moments of the first half. 2 goals for Amarildo have given a scoreline that will give hope to the rest of the Spanish First Division that at long last Real Madrid can prove vulnerable. Not been a happy half for Hugo. It was Gallego laying the ball forward, and the challenge on Hugo Sanchez there for all to see, although in truth he looked to slip as well to me. But the referee raises his arms, and as play goes on, I thought he was signalling the end of the half, but it's not so yet. Schuster now for Real Madrid, who would badly want a goal before half-time, and they're trying to find one here. It was just not too long for Sanchez. The pitch and the conditions somehow don't seem to be suiting Real Madrid. They're suiting Celta down to the ground. Amarildo pointing out something on the back of his leg, although can't see any problem there. So Real Madrid 2 down. They've lost Michel, one of their most influential players, and they are up against it here. There's no doubt about that. As Maté dives on the ball, and that's surely the last opportunity for Real Madrid in this half. Celta are ending the half as they began it. As the whistle goes, the end of an entertaining half so far as Celta are concerned. They lead 2-0, both goals scored by Amarildo. Join us for the second half after the break. Welcome back to Vigo. The second half hasn't quite started yet, but you can be sure the crowd here are humming with the possibility, and a genuine one at that, that Celta could well become the first team to inflict defeat on Real Madrid this season. They're good value for their 2-goal lead. And they do have aspirations now of completing the job. I think a 3rd goal would really end Real Madrid's chances in this game. But at 2-0, they're still in the match. They do some more experienced substitutes, very much so Real Madrid, although this is not the regular side that Leo Beinhacker would have chosen, with people like Emilio Butragueño out, but Martin Vázquez has been brought on in this second half. You just got a glimpse of him there, and he has replaced Esteban. Schuster away, but not very far, and he does it the second time with a rather dangerous pass. Solana did well, back for Schuster. Now here is Martin Vázquez. Remember that Paco Llorente has already come on too, in place of the injured Michel. So they've got both substitutes on. Vasquez in the number 14 shirt. How they need one of his special goals. 2-0 down. Gallego turning away from trouble in the shape of Marić. They keep playing themselves into bother today. Somehow just no fluency about Real Madrid's game. Schuster, that's a better pass, and Schuster loping forward, and that's opened it up a bit. Oh, and the shot is smothered by Maté. Came in from Aldana. Much better play though by Schuster in prizing open the Celta defence. Schuster for the moment is bootless. Swinging it across field. Still the slow build-up which Real Madrid prefer, and they try to hit them like a viper, but so far they've been without fortune, except they do have a corner now. Hugo Sanchez will take up his position very close to the line. Laid back for Schuster, and he'll deal with those. Safely nodded back by Amarildo, who's doing as good a job in defence there as he has in attack. Oh, Schuster back off the top of his head, and here's a chance to Celta to finish it, and that surely is a penalty. Well, the referee says not, and I am astonished. Julio is going to pick him up, but there'll be no consolation in that. Well, it came off the top of Schuster's head. Amarildo getting inside the penalty area, went past the goalkeeper. Julio seemed to bring him down to me, and the Celta supporters think so too. He must surely have caught him there, and a penalty would have given Celta the chance to put the result beyond doubt. Hence the hooting and the booing around the stadium for referee Diaz Vega. So that's wrecked their chances for the moment. A very unpopular referee at this moment. And again, it was Real Madrid getting themselves into trouble with Schuster's header back, and he's onside, but Julio makes the save this time. Disappointment for Marić. Disappointment as a whole for Celta, because they really could have had the opportunity there to have inflicted on Real Madrid their first defeat of the season at 3-0. I'm sure the game would have been beyond them. Now Martin Vasquez to Gordillo, and the support inside the penalty area, but he's offside now. Doesn't matter that the ball has ended in the net, he was offside. So the referee wins back a few friends. And you can see what they think about that decision. I don't need to interpret. That was the save by Julio from Marić. This time Schuster does get his header to go forward. And that's a better pass, well played indeed. But here is Paco Llorente, good cross too. And it had to be put behind his own net. Good defending. Very solid play by Jim Hagan. Paco Llorente's cross. And Hagan knew there was a man coming in behind him. Took a blow for his pains. Paco Llorente putting in the sort of cross that strikers dream about, really, because he was coming in on the wrong side as far as the defender was concerned. Candillo did well then. under quite a bit of pressure. Schuster, that's a lovely ball over the top for him. And that'll be a free kick. So Real Madrid with a chance here, and they really must get a goal soon to find a way back into a match that's going beyond them. They've shown no signs really of scoring a goal. On just a couple of occasions in this half, they've got behind defenders. And frustration etched on the face of Martin Vasquez. Hagan leaves it for Atilano. Throw a longish one down the touchline. And out of play again. Is digging up quite considerably, as you can see, with all the rain. And certainly Real Madrid have not enjoyed playing on this surface. At long last, somebody gets a throw in to stay in the field of play. Crunching tackle once more, nothing wrong with it. And here's Tendilio. Infield, Martin Vasquez allowing the ball to run away from him, and Amarildo just couldn't control it at the precise moment he needed to. But laying it across, oh, he slithered in there, and Julio makes the save, and again Marić is denied. He looked a certain scorer. Splendid pass played over by Amarildo. Amarildo just threading it through. I don't know how he managed to get it through that gap, and Marić looked sure to score. Straight at Julio though. But Celta, in front of their own fans, are putting on an excellent showing. Here's Atilano's throw now. Very greasy ball for him, but Schuster knocking it out with his head. Now a chance for Gordillo to run at Celta. Trying to make some space for him up front, and that's a poor ball. Not of its usual calibre from Gordillo. And Vicente. Hagan coming on a burst forward and playing a good ball inside the area for Amarildo. They're all slipping and sliding around. A fine effort once more. Once again though, it's straight at Julio. But it wasn't a bad strike by Julio Prieto, who scored 8 times last season and looked as though he might be getting another goal here. He struck that one well on the volley. Can't have been an easy one to keep down. He did that acrobatically, really. Now we're back live with the action with Paco Llorente. Schuster. Oh, and he could have seen him coming, and he didn't, and so Celta once more. Trying to break quickly, and they've opened it up once again, and Real Madrid are funneling men back, but the chance is still here. Oh, a super chip from Nacho. He could well have caught Julio out there. Quick thinking by Nacho. And he was inches over the top. But that takes nothing away from the effort. It's too long. for Real Madrid, but still some way outside the penalty area. And they really are struggling to put anything together in this match. There's the challenge that produced the free kick. It was on Aldana. And successfully down to it, Maté. He's covered his line extremely well. Didn't allow a ricochet for somebody following in to profit from it. Schuster's strike, and Maté holds it comfortably. There was a lot of pointing going on. Schuster got it through all right. And the goalkeeper got his angle right. And still Real Madrid failing to exert any influence on this match. Oh my goodness, what is Julio thinking about? Must have taken his eye off the ball then. Oh, and the referee says play on, and Real Madrid just are not settling to their game at all. He had all the time in the world to try and pick that ball up. And somehow they've been totally unsettled in this game. As once more Celta win a corner. They are good value for their lead, and Real Madrid can do almost nothing right. What was Julio thinking about there? It really would have been calamitous if he'd played the ball against the Real Madrid man. Even worse against the Celta man. Schuster trying to turn away from trouble, eventually managing to lay the ball forward for Tendilio. Fine interception by Hagan, who's had a good game in defence for Celta and plays an excellent pass out to that touchline. But that was surely never going to hit the mark. I think that's a sign of exhaustion. So he's just wanting a rest. Julio appealing to the referee to add a bit of time on, and how Real Madrid need some time, but the impression somehow in this match is that give them a couple of hours and they wouldn't score the way things are going at the moment. They really haven't put any pressure on Maté. And in fact, Julio has had to make the better saves in the game. Just kept in by Aldana. Then put it down. Hugo Sanchez wants it for a corner. He's still complaining that it's a corner, and the referee says it is in fact. So there's a few theatricals out there. A bit of time wasting going on, I think, too, by the Celta players. But let's have a closer look now. Aldana treading on the ball. Well, in fact, I would have said that was a goal kick, but the referee has given the decision. Oh, it's a free kick, so that's why the confusion. And Schuster over to that far side, Gordillo, and it's over the top. And it really does sum up the way things are going for Real Madrid, that even a shot like that came off one of their own players. Gordillo meeting it on the half volley, a little flick. He's over the top from Sanchez. Celta 2, Real Madrid 0. And we have to think now in terms of Real Madrid's first defeat in the league this season. Celta could well be thinking of a substitution, I suppose. See a couple of substitutes at the back of the sticks there. preparing. Well, the referee's booked somebody, but we didn't get a close-up of that, so I can't tell you who it was. Now then, is there something left for Real in the game? Martin Vasquez, good ball forward, Gordillo. Unlucky, he hit it as it was falling, and not on his best leg, but over the top anyway. Snatched effort. And there's a bit of anxiety showing on the faces of some of the Real Madrid players now. It's Paco Llorente tries to start something off. Schuster picks it up. Can't get it back though. And once more it's Celta who come inside the Real Madrid half and only too happy to slow it down. And they've got an overlap wide on that right-hand side, but Gordillo stretches that long left leg of his to regain possession for Real. And the chunky figure of Paco Llorente sets off as Amarildo looks to have got a touch of cramp. Schuster, and it's run away from the defender. That's going to go out of play as Hugo Sanchez looked to catch Maté, and there's no trouble between the two of them. The goalkeeper acknowledges the fact. The referee sees it the same way. The little Mexican has got booked on a few occasions. No, there was nothing wrong there. He didn't do anything. Now Maté is complaining that he did get a tap on the ankle, so goodness knows what's going on. Again, you feel that there are one or two tactical time-wasting manoeuvres going on from the Celta players. Even so, they thoroughly deserve their 2-goal advantage. Sanchez. Out here is Solana. And an unfortunate stumble by Martin Vasquez. One back by Solana. Indeed, Celta are thinking of bringing on their first substitute. This is Mosquera. And I think Amarildo might have taken a bit of a bang a few moments ago. So Mosquera will come on for him, I think. With about 20 minutes to go. Celta leading 2-0. And what is the referee saying here? Well, oh dearie me, this is a very vehement appeal from the Celta bench. The referee says no, he can't either come on or stay there. It's all confusion raining down on the side of the pitch. Referee Vega appears totally unhappy about what is happening. And now everybody's getting angry with the referee. He'll be booking one or two more in a moment, I fancy. Meanwhile, the limbering up and down goes on. All the preparations that substitutes go through nowadays. One time they just used to appear from the dugout and on they went. Now it takes them half an hour to get warm. Good play though from Celta once more in building the attack down the right with Marić. Oh, and it's come straight over here. A chance, oh, and a fine save by Julio at his near post from Nacho. I think it might well have swerved wide anyway. Well, the referee said it's a goal kick. Well, Nacho took it here, drove his shot in, and had it gone out of play before the goalkeeper made the save. Not to save from that angle. Immaterial anyway, as players continued, and Hugo Sanchez. Oh, that's a better build-up. That was much more like the Real Madrid we know. Still came to nothing. Amarildo continuing to battle for it. Now, I think the suspicion is he's playing on with a knock. Gallego. Schuster. He certainly hasn't managed to work the openings for Real Madrid that he usually does. Nowhere near as influential as is customary. Martin Vasquez. And still Celta's spotting and marking really excellent. And so is some of the approach play. Marić, for example, here. As Amarildo chases back and it was bundled off the ball by Solana. Well, there have been worse offences than that during the game. Or rather less worse offences which have produced bookings, but not this time. So the referee reached for the yellow card twice early in the game for what looked like innocuous fouls. He's not done so for that. A little bit inconsistent. Nacho with a free kick. That's too close to Buyo. And still the substitutes are on that touchline, giving the impression that they're about to come on for Celta. Whoa, over she goes. That's Martin Vasquez, and that is going to be a booking. The complaint is by Vicente. It wasn't his tackle though, I don't think. But Vicente is the captain, is appealing on the behalf of his defender. Let's have a look here. Schuster playing the ball wide. Oof. And there was the tackle. Otero. He really took him out of the game, and Otero is booked for that. Martin Vasquez sees the funny side of it. Although I shouldn't imagine he's too amused by the scoreline at the moment. Celta still leading 2-0, and now Amarildo is coming off. With a quarter of an hour of the game left, he is replaced by Mosquera. Luis Mosquera, who scored once last season, was a regular substitute. Amarildo gives his version to the local television station. Still, Hugo Sanchez can't find any shooting room whatsoever inside the penalty area. And I can't remember a game where Hugo Sanchez has had not a chance. There was just one free kick when he took a stab at it on the rebound. But he hasn't had a shot apart from that. That is amazing for him. Amarildo, on the other hand, who's gone off, has got 2 goals. And Celta have a quarter of an hour to hold on. That's going to go all the way through to Buyo. Well, maybe Real Madrid feel that they can afford one defeat in the league this season. They won't want another if they are going to get beaten here, though. With Barcelona still breathing down their necks in the closing weeks of this season. Ooh, and Nacho getting involved with Martin Vasquez, and it was no doubt that Nacho had given away a free kick there. He handled the ball because he lost control of it. Now then, can Real Madrid summon up one last effort? Schuster. The answer was no to the question. They just aren't with it at all at the moment. Sanchez was beaten to it by Marić. Gordillo for Real Madrid. Well, I'm sure Leo Beinhacker will be very unhappy with this performance, even bearing in mind that 1 or 2 players have perhaps been coasting a little, bearing in mind the AC Milan game, and there Hugo Sanchez and Gordillo couldn't make anything of that. Safely in the hands of Maté again. And victory here would of course be so important to Celta themselves, with aspirations for competing in Europe next season. A UEFA Cup place certainly beckoning for them. Perhaps too for Atletico Madrid. We saw inflicting that defeat on Barcelona in the Cup earlier in the week. That's better. Oh, but the stumble by Martin Vasquez eventually gets it inside the penalty area, and then it's left, and there was just no coordination today. That was Aldana disappointing. And they've certainly missed Butragueño's runs up front. And Celta it is, coming looking for a third now. Bundled off the ball, but fairly, said the referee that time. And Schuster. Just kept in place by Aldana. Schuster once more. But to Celta's credit, they really have hustled all the time and not allowed any space whatsoever to Real Madrid. Oof, they've cut their chances down to a minimum. Schuster went unpunished for his challenge there, but Celta have managed to retain possession. And they're so confident in the build-up. Solana had to be over quickly then. And the free kick again against Nacho, who's been a great deal involved in the last few minutes. Paco Llorente now. Martin Vasquez. Once more denied space by that man Nacho, who's involved in everything. But in fact, the free kick this time has been awarded to Celta. It's not been a happy half for Martin Vasquez. He only came on in the 46th minute in place of Esteban to try and give a bit of variety in midfield to Real, a bit more potency up front. He's not been able to do that. Free kick against Celta now. Well, a few stoppages in this half, particularly in the last few minutes. Tendillo taking it back from Gordillo, but again it's Celta who win that ball. They've just not given them an inch. And time very much against Real Madrid now, as they try to maintain this marvellous record of theirs. 27 games unbeaten in the Spanish First Division. But he's hanging by a thread at the moment. Aldana, back for Schuster, could crack one in here. Instead he chooses to play a good ball to Paco Llorente, and it came off a Celta boot. Over as far as Gordillo now. Martin Vasquez, we've seen him score from this sort of distance. And great cheering all around the Balaídos stadium as Celta managed to work that ball away out of defence again. And they're not just surviving, they've given a real test to Real here, the champions-elect surely. And on the day, they've been too good for them, certainly so far. Two early goals from Amarildo, from which Real Madrid have never recovered. Kick is Celta's, headed away by Gallego, but picked up once more here by Julio Prieto. Down the line, Rodolfo. And The appeal by the substitute, Mosquera, was for a free kick against Sanchez. And let's see if it was worth it. Well, he certainly climbed all over him. So, free kick already taken. The ball sliced off the boot there, and then Gordillo manages to give it away. Really sums up Real Madrid's day, that. Even when they've been handed the initiative, they've not been able to take it. Vicente, and now a few olays going up from Celta fans as their team stroke the ball around. Well, talk about taking the mickey out of Madrid. Not many people have ever done that. And that could be dangerous. That's the sort of thing not to do. It could really needle the league leaders. Gallego just easing his way past Nacho. Martin Vasquez. So little time though for Real Madrid now. And the applause is for the intelligent defending by Celta, in which Jim Hagan has been an absolute rock. And there is Hagan, playing the ball back for his goalkeeper Maté. It's been a stylish performance from Celta. Just totally characterless from Real Madrid. And out of keeping with their entire season. They do parade a few of their skills. Hugo Sanchez. Tendilio here. He scored one of the goals in the 2-0 win last year. Tendilio, and now they're in trouble. Paco Llorente trying to get in there and profit from that bit of a muddle in the Celta defence. In the end, I think he's overdone it. He doesn't think he has. And a look of total dejection. So there will be a worry about the fitness of Michel for that AC Milan game, the second leg to be played in Italy in the coming week. Real Madrid already up against it in that match, having been held at home 1-1. If you remember, Hugo Sanchez gave them the lead and then Marco van Basten equalised. So the initiative very much with AC Milan. But here, Real Madrid are trailing 2-0 to Celta. They, the home side, full value for that lead. And it's beginning to look now, surely, as though Real Madrid's unbeaten record is going down the drain. It's going to take a superhuman effort to rescue the situation. Schuster for them now. It's a good ball to Aldana, who turns well. Got away from trouble nicely there and has gone running inside the penalty area, looking for the return ball from Paco Llorente, who'll try and cut it back from the byline. Excellent cross too, and it fell to Gordillo's wrong foot. The way he got it on his left foot, he was going the wrong way. Strange how many professional footballers still do have one foot better than the other, and it's so noticeable in the case of Gordillo. Excellent play from Celta though. That's a really good piece of play coming out of defence. And Marić here with a little cross, and it was run wide as Bullo came from his line. Mosquera got in there, but he just couldn't beat the angle. Marić has had a splendid game. It was on the left foot. On the right foot he might have been able to do something about it. Celta finishing the game as strongly as they started it. Captain Vicente has led by example. So little time for Real Madrid now. In fact, the Referee just glancing at his watch there. Again, the concentration lacking from Tendilio's play. But it would appear to be a lost cause now for the league leaders. Martin Vasquez. It's going to be much too long for Hugo Sanchez. Well, he's scored a lot of late goals this season, late goals in terms of matches in the last 4 or 5 minutes of a game. Real Madrid needs something absolutely dynamic from him now, and the Celta fans have a right to cheer their side. They're going to be the first this season to lower the colours of Real Madrid as they bring on their second substitute, Zambrano, with surely no more than about a minute to play. He's going to replace Marić. The Yugoslav has done an excellent job. Played really well for Celta. So the inevitable interview. Marić must be exceedingly happy. And Celta are finishing the game on the attack. A minute to go. They're leading Real Madrid 2-0 and they're about to inflict, surely, on the league leaders their first defeat of this memorable season. A few more allays and another shot at the post by Buyo. What a feeling for Alvarez Vicente to be the captain of the first team to beat Real Madrid. That is surely now what is going to happen here. Celta won't even want to give a goal away. 2-0 sounds so much more emphatic than 2-1. The ball safely with Maté. The 45 minutes are up. There'll be a terrific din when the final whistle blows to signal Celta's success here, and news of it I'm sure will reverberate around Spain. Real Madrid have seemed impregnable all season. Celta have proved they are not so. They are not invincible after all. And those players out there who normally wear the famous all-white strip, today they're wearing all blue. Now it's all over in this game, and that their hopes of going through the entire season unbeaten are founded here in Vigo. Hagan. Atilano. Well, they won't mind how long they dilly-dally with it. Still playing good football, but Gordillo with one last burst forward sets Real Madrid on the move again. Nothing there for Paco Llorente. Again it was Hagan who's been my man of the match, who did some solid defending. He has to go and spoil it by conceding a free kick. So, is there something for Real Madrid even yet? Gallego. I'm afraid there's nothing there. And there's been virtually nothing there for Real Madrid all afternoon. And the look of disappointment on Gallego's face says it all in a way, that this has just not been Real Madrid's day. They've never really threatened the Celta goal. I can't remember the last time I saw a game in which Hugo Sanchez didn't get a single scoring chance. And the Celta fans are ready to stand and applaud their team. This will really go down as a famous victory in the annals of this club, founded back in 1923. There'll always a struggle, of course, against the likes of the big city clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona. But to beat a team like Real Madrid in this season has been a wonderful achievement, and it is now complete. Real Madrid lose their unbeaten record. They've lost here by 2 goals to 0. The 2 goals scored by Amarildo in the first minute, and then again some 20 odd minutes later, 26 minutes it was. So the final score, Celta 2, Real Madrid 0. Astonishing scoreline. Meanwhile, Barcelona had their chance against Valladolid to close the gap at the top of the table. But Barcelona's form has been somewhat streaky in recent weeks, and when Valladolid got themselves into trouble there was a shooting chance for Julio Salinas which he couldn't take. Barcelona again playing without Baquero though, struggling to get their game together. Here's Gary Lineker with a shot, which was extremely well saved by goalkeeper Ravnic. Valladolid in the purple and white stripes had their good moments themselves in attack. They've not had a successful season. And there's Zubizarreta beaten, the ball sailing over the top of his crossbar. And Barcelona's defence almost caught out until Zubizarreta pumped that ball forward, and what a pass it turned out to be for Lineker. Winning a corner and rolling over with his ankle caught. In the second half, Barcelona still finding it hard to break down Valladolid. Had their chances, and a thunderous header coming off the upright, proving that maybe it just wasn't going to be their day. Valladolid, as I said, did have their chances too, and that one hit the back of the net, but was disallowed. Well, the Valladolid players could not believe the decision. Aloisio hitting the ball seemingly against the hand of Alberto, who went on to strike a splendid shot past Zubizarreta. Handball, said the referee, goal disallowed. And then when Barcelona came looking again, another good save by Ravnic. So the final score was Barcelona 0, Valladolid 0. Now looking at the other results, Espanyol, a vital away win for them at Oviedo. Real Sociedad also away winners against Atletico Bilbao. 4 goals for Atletico Madrid against Osasuna, 3 each for Logroñés against Real Betis, and Zaragoza away from home. But the league table now shows that Real Madrid have a 3-point advantage over Barcelona, still with that 1 game in hand. Celta's victory keeps them in 4th place, but they're only a point behind Valencia with a game in hand. Atletico Madrid are 5th, 13 points behind the leaders. And at the foot of the table, Espanyol's victory moves them out of the bottom 3, and into it slipped Real Betis along with Murcia and Elche. The bottom 2, they seem doomed. Well, coming up next on Top Team Spanish Soccer, on the 1st of May, we've Barcelona against Real Oviedo for you, plus the highlights from Real Madrid's game against Logroñés. So that's to look forward to. Meanwhile here in Vigo, we leave you with the goals from that amazing final scoreline of Celta 2, Real Madrid 0. A very good night to you.
Comfortably, yet the red and white machine rumbled on.
We can get calls from Australia asking for the results, you know, as far away as that. Derry people everywhere have taken an unbelievable interest in the team and its affairs. The situation being, of course, that this is all good news for Derry. It's great for the public image of the city, and all over the place people are just sort of dying to find out about what's going on.
Has it bled the town financially?
Well, there's claims among certain people that milkmen don't get paid and coalmen don't get paid, that certain of Derry City are playing away, and there would be an element of that. It's very expensive. As you're well aware, there's a lot of unemployment, etc., in this town. So people who mightn't have a lot of money spend a lot of their disposable income following Derry City. I presume someone along the line doesn't get paid, but no one's ever done an academic survey to discover exactly where it does go, but I would suggest that you're probably correct.
How accurate is this romantic suggestion that it tends to unite the community, that you have Catholics, Protestants, everyone supporting Derry?